In the world of pop music, choosing the right single can make or break an album era. In this video, we'll look at 8 songs that should not have been singles. Filthy by Justin Timberlake. Released as a lead single from Man of the Woods in January 2018, Filthy was Justin Timberlake's return to music after a 5-year hiatus, and it was a surprising choice. The song, produced by longtime collaborator Timbaland, has a glitchy electronic sound, with a music video referencing Steve Jobs and Silicon Valley tech bros. It was a strange move for an artist known for smooth bangers.
I'm not really sure who's gonna respond to what, but I do know how everyone responded to that song in the studio.
Filthy debuted on number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, a respectable position, but it plummeted in the next weeks, dropping off the chart in 6 weeks. The song failed to connect, and its style even clashed with the album's Southern Americana vibe. The confusion surrounding Filthy started the Man of the Woods era on a bad note. In hindsight, it is one of the most forgettable lead singles, as the era really started with the next single, Say Something, with Chris Stapleton, which eventually became the biggest hit from the album. This Is How We Do by Katy Perry. This Is How We Do, the 5th single from Katy Perry's 2013 album Prism, was dropped to further extend the era. While Prism had scored huge #1 singles like Roar and Dark Horse, This Is How We Do felt like filler. Over lifeless bubblegum pop synths, Katy dropped generic lines and nonsensical lyrics, like "This one goes out to the ladies who lunch" and "Get your nails did all Japanesey," whatever that means.
Now we're talking astrology, getting our nails did all Japanesey.
The music video was also criticized for cultural appropriation. The single slowed down the era that started off with a bang. Commercially, the song performed modestly, peaking at number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of her lowest charting singles at the time. More than just a weak single, This Is How We Do signaled a turning point in Katy's career. It exposed her formula was going stale, and from that point on, she started going downhill. Russian Roulette by Rihanna. When Rihanna released Russian Roulette in October 2009 as the lead single from her 4th studio album Rated R, it was a weird choice for an artist known for her dance pop and Caribbean influenced sound, which had already made her a global superstar. Co-written by Neo, the song is a dark ballad following the highly publicized incident of DV by her then boyfriend Chris Brown. The single was clearly meant as a statement. While the intention was to heal from a traumatic incident, it was jarring as the lead single and could have really worked as an album cut. Despite its heavy subject matter, the song still managed to reach number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. However, its radio performance was weak compared to Rihanna's previous smash singles. It struggled to gain traction with casual listeners. Fans were divided, as it was a weird single and a puzzling kickoff to the Rated R era. The follow-up singles like Hard and Rude Boy went on to define the album, but the lead single was a bold and wrong choice in my opinion. Think You the Shit Fart by Ice Spice. Released in early 2024, Think You the Shit Fart was a moment in Ice Spice's career trajectory, coming off a huge 2023 with very successful collaborations with artists like Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift. Ice Spice positioned herself as one of female rap's most promising stars, but this single felt more like a social media joke than a smart career move. It wasn't even trying to be good, and it was only released as a sneak diss against Lotto.
She all on the floor, so her get up. See my son, but I ain't her mammy.
Despite debuting in the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 37 because of initial attention on social media, the song dropped off the charts altogether in just 6 weeks. It started off her flop era, as it was the lead single to her debut studio album Y2K, which went on to sell a disappointing 28,000 units in its first week. The song was more focused on chasing virality than delivering a quality hit. It really slowed down the momentum Ice Spice had built through calculated branding and big-name cosigns. She threw that all away, delivering poop bars. It was a defining moment in her career, the exact point where everything went downhill. Do What You Want by Lady Gaga featuring R. Kelly. Released in October 2013 as a 2nd single from Lady Gaga's art pop, Do What You Want was an interesting choice. Sonically, the song was a blend of synth-pop and R&B, but there was one big problem: the feature, R. Kelly. Everyone knew what he did. I mean, he married Aaliyah when she was just 15, but they were just ignoring it because of his talent. It was a PR nightmare. Commercially, the song debuted on number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100, but it didn't last long. It was a weird pairing. They even performed the song together, but it was tone-deaf and unsettling. The problem wasn't just the collaboration, it was the optics. A song about power and consent, sung alongside a man accused of continuous abuse. While Gaga has always used shock in her art, this move crossed the line. As the controversy began to overshadow the music itself, it aged terribly, and after the surviving R. Kelly documentary came out, Gaga removed the song from digital platforms, distancing herself from it. Art Pop, already a polarizing album, suffered further because of his second single. In hindsight, he should have chosen Gypsy or Aura instead. Adore You by Miley Cyrus. Adore You was released in December 2013 as the third single from Miley Cyrus's Bangers, following the global success of We Can't Stop and Wrecking Ball. While those two tracks has positioned Miley as a controversial force in pop, Adore You took a sharp left turn. Soft ballad about intimacy, it felt oddly conventional compared to the disruptive image of Miley during that era. With its slow pace, the song lacked the boldness to make a real impact. Commercially, it struggled to maintain momentum, peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was a big drop from the top 5 performance of her earlier singles from that album. While the music video attempted to generate controversy with a self-filmed video in her bed, it didn't generate that much attention. What made Adore You their own single wasn't really the quality of the song, but its positioning within the Bangers era. The album was full of playful genre-blurring bangers, like Drive, Do My Thing, and F You, which could have been better choices. The Man by Taylor Swift. On paper, The Man had all the ingredients for a Taylor Swift smash: a feminist message, an accessible pop production, and clever lyrics. Released as the fourth single from Lover in early 2020, it was intended to build on the album's commercial momentum. However, despite all that, it fell short in both impact and execution, peaking at a relatively modest number 23 on the Billboard Hot 100, underperforming compared to Lover's earlier hits like You Need to Calm Down and Me. The Man was a polarizing choice. While some praised Taylor's critique of double standards, others found the delivery clunky. The production felt dated, and the music video, where Taylor plays a male version of herself, didn't really do what she expected. Many of her fans were waiting for the next single from the album to be the fan favorite Cruel Summer, but that never happened, as COVID changed everything shortly after that. Weird Good by Dua Lipa. Released in February 2021, as the lead single from Future Nostalgia: The Moonlight Edition, Weird Good was a deviation from the disco high-energy aesthetic that had defined the Future Nostalgia era. Coming off hits like Don't Start Now, Levitating, and Physical, the song's laid-back tropical pop production felt oddly out of place. Instead of pushing forward with the sonic vision that made the album hugely successful, it was an unexpected tonal shift that didn't really connect. Lyrically, the song talks about a breakup, but its mellow instrumentation and mid-tempo delivery lacked the energy to become a real hit. Even the music video was underwhelming. The song peaked at number 31 on the Billboard Hot 100 and faded quickly. It is one of the most forgettable songs from that era. While it worked as an album cut, it should not have been a single. Which songs that should not have been singles did I miss? Tell me in the comments below.